So Shell has really spoken out forcefully about the risks of climate change, the acceptance of the findings of the IPCC, of the need for reductions in emissions, and in some ways Shell is doing some good things on climate. Right? And on the other hand, they are a long-standing active funder and participant with the American Legislative Exchange Council, which in the United States is a highly influential lobbying organization that is both outspoken on denying climate science and the serious risks as highlighted by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and outspoken in its efforts to create model legislation aimed at avoiding regulation of greenhouse gases at a state level and also at a federal level in the U.S. So when I asked David Hone, the Chief Climate Advisor at Shell today in the event, why Shell, unlike Google, unlike Facebook, unlike News Corp, unlike Occidental Petroleum, all of whom have stepped away from ALEC and because of their misrepresentation of the science of climate change, Shell has not. David Hone simply said that we get benefits from being a member of the American Legislative Exchange Council, which they surely do in terms of their access to Republican and others in Congress, because ALEC is very influential in some circles. But by doing so, they really are acting, in my view, entirely disingenuously by, on the one hand, stating how seriously they take climate change, on the other hand, actively participating in an initiative with an organization that's seeking to undermine public understanding of the science and avoid regulation. I should also add, if I may, that Shell is on the board of directors of the American Petroleum Institute, the major industry lobbying trade association. And while it's understandable they'd want to be part of a trade association, API has also been actively denying the science, lobbying for continued and expanded fossil subsidies, and opposing serious regulation of greenhouse gases. At minimum, Shell should be standing up and saying, we disagree, and they have not done so.